We may have lost, but we completed our mission. We won. Nathan intel his units on the line. They say it's an emergency. We're in the middle of fighting the ninjas. We destroyed our main march. They destroyed the main planned marching route. I tell you, but that route is not an option anymore. They were just a diversion, those wretches. Can't be helped, I guess. Let's go back to our original plan. Here, Senjuku Fortress. Head straight for Edo City. Hooray! Bum, ba-da-ba-da, bum, bum, bum. Alright, we're gonna do this one next, I guess. Better not be the one I'm thinking of. Nathan found his advance blocked by the fortress atop Mount Senjuku. Most well-defended installation in the whole Zipping. Yet again, the foe, unlike any Nathan would have ever foreseen, has been fervently awaiting his arrival. So there lies Mount Senjuku. The whole mountain has been turned into a fort, known to be a strategic installation for protecting the approach of the Japanese heartland. Looks like this one tough nut to crack. We can expect heavy casualties in our next engagement. Sir, on a transmission from the enemy. What? From the Japanese army? Patch me through. Sir, just a moment. Transmission code is... The code is Colonel Limburg, sir. Impossible, the Colonel? It's a long time, Nathan. We haven't said a word to each other since that exercise. Colonel Limburg, I'm glad that you're alive. Truly, truly glad. The report's true. You crash-landed in Japanese side. Please hold just a little longer. Is there any... I'll be there for you soon. Can you tell me your location, sir? Meanwhile, we looked out here in the corner here. He's got a different military ID than I do. Nathan, while I am indeed in the fortress, I am not, however, a prisoner. I am choosing not to return to Artemisia. What do you mean, Colonel? Please. Nathan, you are still young. There is hope. Have you ever given thought to what true meaning of world peace might be? Colonel, I don't understand what you're speaking of. Nathan, I've been thinking a very, very long time. It truly was the war that embroiled the whole world, and was the Battle of Zeltzer that scarred our beautiful mountains and forests. One day I finally met a man who gave me the answers. A man of passion filled with a good heart. That man said to me, let this fight be the last sacrifice in the name of peace. History of man is but a repetition of war, unless there should be a way to end all conflicts in this world. Nathan, unless I have been mistaken, you have always believed in my vision. Will you help me realize the vision of mine? Stand with me, Nathan. I am lending my hand to the Japanese now, but I am sure at the end of the last battle we can make a true and lasting peace. I am old and you are young. It will be a fight to save all of humanity. The three of us can work hand in hand, can purge all war from the face of the world. And not just conflict and strife, we can eliminate hunger, poverty, too, from the world. I believe others who share my belief will find their way here as well. I wish that you to be the first among my comrades. Please listen to what I have to say. You should not have to needlessly throw your life away here. My last command to you as your ranking officer, stand by my side and join me. Colonel, you can't be serious. What happened to Colonel Limburg's the hero of Artemisia? Came all the way here to find you. Let's go back home to Artemisia. I cannot brand you a traitor. I'm sorry it has come to this, Nathan. Your loyalty to your country is commendable. But being trapped in an old-fashioned notion of a nation will never allow you to make any real, lasting changes. Dante has already agreed to join me. He understands my teachings. Nathan, you and your unwavering, simplistic beliefs looks like the further talk will simply be a waste of time. Very well. What do you feel is the right thing to do? And after you've become the last sacrifice in the name of peace, I hope you will watch over me from above. Colonel, wait! There were detected movement from the fortress. Come on, Colonel. You weren't supposed to be the hero of Artemisia. You're just gonna stand there? Hey, Nathan, get it together. Colonel Limburg was my hero, but I don't know what to think anymore. I don't want to fight the Colonel. Can't fight against him. That's fine. I'll assume command. It is not yet my time to die in a place like this. Ah, that was close. All units casualty, a damage report. Shell impact near our headquarters. Current confirming damage status among our units. Roger that. Prepare the soldiers for an assault. Wolfram to all. Wolfman to all unit leaders. Hold your fire until I command. What are you doing? Colonel is serious. He's determined to take us down right here and now. There's only one option. I'll have to stop him myself, then drag him back to Artemisia. I could use your help, Wolfram. Nathan. All units prepare to repel the enemy. Commence the assault. Hooray! So we have all kinds of units here. It looks like I've got a radar unit. It's interesting. Not a very good radar unit. Unless it actually tells me where things are. Which I believe it does. I thought the radar would give me vision. Can you literally not go into the forest?
That's where we need to be.
Oh, I see. I think I may be stupid. Heavy metal. This is one of those situations where if I wanted to, because it seems to be a circular path to get to here, I could overload the one side. Question is, do I want air? I do want air. The other problem is that if I overload the one side and I send all my units there, there's a chance that the enemy comes around the opposite side to take my base. So we're going to split our units because I noticed that most of the cities are already under my control, which means A, I'll know when they start getting taken, and B, I'll have the economy advantage to build stuff, you know. I won't have to necessarily worry about scrimping my dollars, or in this case my metal, until we get a little bit further on. However, we do need to use these long range, whatever they're called, strikers. They need to be used to their fullest, i.e. they're not to be a frontline unit. They're to sit slightly behind my frontline units so that we can smush the enemy as it comes near me. Phaser array, a vehicle mounted phaser radar. Scale version of the standard radar, improved radar, allowing them to pierce further into the fog of war. Attacks human units in the fog of war, showing them as red blips. You can attack the blips with a direct attack or attack them from long range. Striker and a heavy striker. All likelihood you want to have radars with strikers and the phaser array with your heavy strikers, because I'm guessing the heavy striker probably has better, not only attack, but probably has better range as well. Just slightly better range is what I should say. I'm guessing phaser array probably gives you slightly better. Man, one of the bases around the fortress is under attack. At this rate, ... Don't panic. Victory can be ours until we secure the inside of the fortress. We're going to assault and recapture the base. However, we just rush in, we'll be vulnerable to counter assault. Choose the radar unit. Enemy units will be marked through the fog of war. So I don't get the physical vision with the radar, but I get the fact that they are there. So, you know, if a red blip comes up or whatever. Also, actual vision is more important than pretend vision. But what I was sort of getting at is, if they are blips, I don't know what they are unless I have vision. So the radar unit is sort of a half and half, where I know they're there, I know they're coming, I don't know what's there. I don't know if it's a tank, infantry unit man, scout, a air unit such as you know, the plane slash gunship. What I do know is I need to put you here and you either in the forest or next to the heavy metal. And then I need to block off that like this. So that when they walk in, they are going to be perfectly beaten up by my strikers. And then we'll try to balance out the left and right side as best we can. As you can see, I send all of my heavy metal to the left, all my metals to the left. And I send all of my scouts to the right. So we'll fix that by adding some heavy metals going right and scouts going left. So we have at least a little bit of a balance. Though right now I'll be heavier on the scouts to this side and heavier on my metals to the other side, which I think is going to be a good balance because I've also sent all of my infantry units this right route. So I'm not really super concerned about trying to take stuff on the left side, but I will try to take the stuff that's here, the cities.
Awaiting orders, sir.
On the right. So it's an unbalanced line, but I think this will work out for me. And like I said, I'll balance this out a little bit better with some scouts going left and metals going right. We'll go 1 or 2 scouts left, infantryman left, and then we'll send at least 2 metals to the right, depending on how long this takes me. We'll probably have to we might also create a heavy metal as well. We'll see. Move with your forces into the fortress right. You have to use the striker unit. Striker unit is a unit that can attack enemies from long distance. The melee brewing looks like an order to make most of your striker units. Securing lines of sight enemy units is an absolute necessity. So because unlike in Advance Wars, you know, the mobility of all of your units are reduced. So are your striker units range also reduced. So they, as you can see, they seem to be better placed right behind your frontline units rather than sort of hiding in the back line between frontline units and say anything else that could come up, I guess. We'll get rid of you. Focus fire. Good focus fire. Well, I guess I could do this as well. And then, yep, that'll work. And then we'll send the other one up to here. And you can go boom. Big boom. Little boom. It's fine. And we'll move up Mr. Radar. Wonder how spongy or how tough the radars are. Like, would a radar take damage and still survive, or would it be one of those units that is essentially designed specifically for its purpose, which is to say, hey, this is where the guys are. No, I can't take damage. Why did you put me on the front line? That's stupid. You're stupid. Yes, please kill. Thank you. The other thing I like about indirect is you can't, well, maybe you can use lock-on in addition to the But it seems like it does, it's just like a regular attack, you know what I mean? You can't lock on with multiple units and then do extra big damage, unlike with your infantry units, which I guess makes sense, because if they're range units, they're not risking taking damage anyway, so why would you do that? But, I don't know. It's fascinating. Wait. You wait. I wait. You wait. Alright, we're gonna send medals this way, so I'll have one or two medals coming this way. I don't need either one of these. I could use a heavy striker, though. Probably be useful on this map, not so much on some of the other ones that are more grass-based. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll create another striker and send it right or left. I don't really need any more riflemen right now. If I do, I should really like, oh, I'm gonna need another rifleman in 15 turns. Let me make one now. Otherwise, I need to keep my riflemen 100% unaffected. I see you, but I can't hit you because I'm too far away. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Can't obviously move and attack because that would be broken as shit. That I talked about balance in a previous episode. That is like the perfect example of like great balance is, can your ranged units move? Yes. Can they move and attack? No. So they can attack or they can move. They can't move and attack, which I think is the best type of balance, because otherwise you end up in a situation where the meta just becomes creating range units that can move up however many spaces. And this, in the case of Advanced Wars, it would be like, I don't know, 5 or something on the road, not so much on anything else. But like, just imagine, like, instead of having an army of tanks leading the way, you have an army of rockets leading the way, because you're able to outrange everything, and because you're moving up 5 spaces, and then you've got another 4 to 5 spaces of range on top of it. The only thing that's stopping you from basically creating a front line of ranged units is the fact that you need vision, 1, and 2, the game prevents you from moving and attacking with ranged units. They have to stop, wait a turn, then they fire. Wait. I keep looking at these phaser array because I'm trying to figure out if it's worth the money. It's not a ton of money. As you can see, radar 350, phaser array 550, an extra 200 metal points. I'm making 900 per turn, so it's like a drop in the bucket. But at the same time, I'm like, do I really need one? Particularly if I keep my other units alive. Wait. You are going to outrange him, though. Excuse me, sir. One to the left. Alright. Now you, Mr. Tank, are dead. Or I am going to shoot you with my rocket launcher. And then we're going to hit you with the tank. And other stuff that I can hit you with that is ouchie, ouchie. 34%? Holy shit. Excuse me, sir. That was kind of dumb. Should have at least used him to target down. That would have been smart. Lock on. Also, I should not be locking on with the tank. I should be locking on with anything that's not a tank, and then having the tank take the damage from the lock on, like this. So he takes the damage rather than any of the other units surrounding it. I hate moving up units like this to the front line. I mean, they're important for obvious reasons. They're important because, on the one hand, they can take some damage, I hope. And even if they can't take damage, they'll take damage for one turn for me. But I don't like putting units that aren't designed to block in the front. Heavy metal time! We're sending you right.
Riflemen ready and waiting.
Why is it waiting? I got a bonus just for moving up. That's weird. Alright. I can't see what's up there, but I know it's there. Isn't that lovely? Lovely. Oh, there's a secret hidden base for me to investigate later. We will likely do with probably a chopper gunner. Or in this case, they're known as not strikers. Why can't I remember what the helicopter units are called? I sometimes I blank on the most obvious shit, and I don't know why.
Drive him down.
I have an odd memory for things, and I don't know why. I was walking at my job through the plant, and I'm kind of looking around for one of my coworkers because I have a question I got to ask him, and I can't find him. So I'm looking around, I'm just like going, okay, this person's here, that person's there, but I'm doing it in sort of like matter of fact, that's where they're at. Not like, okay, remember that the first person you meet is Charles, and then the second person was Tom, and the third was Rick, and then the fourth was other Tom, you know, or John, or insert common name here. But information we gathered from the inside of the fortress looks like the fortress was built so that you can enter the center from the forest to the northeast, northwest, and the northeast. From recent enemy movements, it seems like reinforcements just arrived from the north as well. We can press Colonel's forces. While pressing their center, we can reach their headquarters. Let's get this done, soldiers.